I like how Bryn's just like
She's gonna make all kinds of
sitting
noise.
there.
She's just hanging out.
Well, we
Making
thought we'd
noise.
check in. It's been a minute since we've been on live.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. We used to do them all like soccer.
Yeah.
You could bring your chair like closer too.
But see, I'm not on the chair. I'm on a couch.
I don't know if they could hear you that far back. Maybe.
Maybe.
I love
I'll
how
talk loud.
Bryn's just chilling.
I have to sit with my weenie dog.
Well, that would be nice. Once the TV's hung, then you could do we could do lives, and you could see it. Like,
Who's asking questions?
yeah. If anybody has questions or anything, or we need to get on a schedule to do lives. Get back into swinging
The roll of
things.
things.
We need to get back to Grandpap Sundays.
Sunday stories.
Sunday stories with Grandpap. We need to get back to.
It just got hard when high school soccer started, and you started working more.
Just high school, period. Like school back is just insane.
It's a lot.
It's crazy how busy it is.
Well, and it's been
Jim Anderson, howdy y'all. Zach, is that you, yo? Z-Dub? I'm guessing that is.
It's been a little busy with
Yeah.
in the last week.
Well, and almost everybody I talk to just says like the minute school goes back, they just have no life because everything goes to their kids and stuff.
Well,
so
you gotta enjoy it while it lasts.
What's up, board game? Yeah, we were saying it's been a minute since we've done a live, so now that I can try to figure this.
Can you say hi, Brittany?
This setup with the screen, it'd be kind of cool because then you can see. Michelle, what's going on, West Knox? Brittany, come here. You want to say hi? Can you say hi? Say hi.
Say hi, everyone.
She's watching herself on the TV. Like, who is that dog?
Is that you, Miss?
Who is that dog, huh? So we thought we'd hop on and just kind of touch base since it's been a minute since we've done a live. We need to get back to consistency.
Yeah.
Find a consistent day. Mondays work good. Monday nights.
We don't have anything on Mondays. Typically.
No. Monday nights work good because there's no soccer.
Mm-mm.
Sundays, we're definitely going to get back with Grandpap's stories.
Yeah.
The rest of the week is kind of a crapshoot with games and everything.
You never know what you're going to have during the week.
Michelle, where did you get your dachshund? Actually, from right there in North Knox, our friends up there, the Jerks, have it.
Jerks Acres.
If you follow Jerks Acres on Instagram, do they have a litter right now?
I haven't not 100% seen a post. Sure.
They always have I feel like they have a litter once a month. Jerks_Acres.
And she is on Instagram. Full breed wiener dog.
I don't see anything on a new.
Huh? Can you say hi?
A new litter, but yeah, give them a follow, and if you definitely, they're purebred. They take care of their dogs. They are fantastic people. Just let them know that you saw Bryn and you fell in love and you want one, and they'll get you set up with a dog.
They have long hair, short hair. Even crazy ones.
Bunch of cute little wieners.
Like Bryn.
Yep. So anyways, we just thought we'd check in. School's crazy. Zach, I'm sure school's crazy for you with the boys in baseball and soccer and football, right?
Baseball and football.
Baseball and football. How's football going?
We just have high school soccer. Oh, you want your toy back?
Game started at Bucky's Sevierville 1 week ago. So far, so good. Really? Hey, is there a date on the car wash? I've stopped a couple times, and it looks like it's pretty close. And that has been a dream, is to go through the Bucky's car wash. Does that seem does the camera seem hazy? It looks like there's fingerprints on this.
There could be. That's probably clear.
That looks a little bit better. A little better. Yeah. I want to go to Bucky's so bad.
to go to the car wash.
Jess said, I saw Tessa and James today. Where were they at? Where was Tessa and them at? I saw them on a water slide in the yard. They were having a blast, looking like that was like the perfect summertime.
I don't think they went unless they went to Roll King today. Oh, they did. They had to go get mason jars.
Oh, for the chicken stuff, yeah.
Maybe. Roll King? I don't know.
Walking out of Walmart. Okay.
Oh,
yep,
makes
probably. Tay is doing good. So look at Tay. Look at Bryn's like freaking out because we have this on the TV over here. So that's why I keep looking over here at the TV. So little update on everything that's been going on actually is like 3 weeks ago, we had crazy weather in Tennessee. We had EF1 and EF2 tornadoes in Knoxville. These lines were just coming through like crazy with wind.
You want to go outside?
I had my computer on and was doing a ton of processing, like uploading files from a wedding we had shot, and we lost all power. There was something with a surge. Basically, I lost the entire hard drive. So I lost 15 vlogs, all the Fred Zero stuff, all this Smoky Mountain Creative stuff, all of Babs' Rocky Top stuff. I was lazy with backing up. I had not backed up in a while, and I lost it all. It's my fault. No excuses. So that's kind of where that's been. And since there's been a ton of stuff going on, and Taylor broke her collarbone in a soccer match against Catholic
Friday night.
On Friday night.
No, Thursday night.
Thursday night. Good, clean break. 6 to 8 weeks out. So it's a bummer. It's her senior season, but knock on wood, could have been a worse injury.
I will take a broken
career ending, but this is her 4th collarbone, and I will take it because we've been there, done that. Collarbones are very easy to deal with, so it is what it is. But she's all right. She's just more frustrated than anything, I think. Just because it's senior year, she's captain. She was having a fantastic year goal wise, and that's all right though. It's high school. More focus is on ECNL and beyond. So
getting prepared for college.
Yep, that's the big next step. So that's kind of where that's all at. I'll catch that all up in vlogs. I want a little boy wiener dog. I want to name him Jimmy Dean. It'd be kind of funny, Jimmy Dean. Like a little
if
Jimmy
you want
Dean sausage.
A wiener dog,
Jerks always has. Yeah, they always have boys. Everybody wants girls. 3 weeks for the car wash.
All right.
We're going to do a video at the car wash. I'm excited for the car wash. It's the only one in Tennessee. And I don't even know, with as many that we've been to in Alabama, Georgia, Texas.
We've never seen
a car wash.
Even Richmond, Kentucky
doesn't have a car wash. Nobody has a car wash. There's got to be Texas ones that have car washes because they're the biggest, I'm assuming. But Zach, baseball is good. Just came back from Charleston, South Carolina. Maryville Junior High got inundated with the flu, so I had a tough loss to Sevier County. Yeah, well, whatever, the vid, whatever you want to call it, is going around like crazy.
It's back around. It's like the flu.
But
There's going to be a different strand.
It's just the flu, and it sucks. So, well, that's good. South Carolina's fun. I like South and North Carolina.
Charleston's pretty.
They're both really cool states. There's a lot to do.
Get your ball.
Painful, broke mine several years. Yeah, it's just annoying because you
Thank
can't do
God
anything.
it is her right arm that she broke the collarbone
She's left-handed,
on. She's left-handed.
It's just annoying because it's there and you can't cast it. You can't.
And there's small things she can't do by herself. Like she can't wash her hair fully by herself. So.
Do you guys have drive-through markets?
We
have like smaller markets. Like the Altadena,
get milk and stuff.
Like milk and small grocery stuff.
There is actually one on Broadway.
There's quite a few, right?
Another one on Broadway going towards Richie Cream.
Not like a big market though.
No, it's not.
But
It's
it's
a small
enough to get
market.
essentials.
Yeah, you could buy milk.
We have a lot
bread.
of drive-through stuff. Actually, we were talking about this the other day. It's kind of crazy because we never had this like in the West.
We have a drive-through Little Caesars here,
Subways,
Pizza Huts.
like Domino's is drive-through.
Yeah,
There's a lot of drive-through, and I don't know if it's just simply because of weather. Maybe people don't want to get out of their car as much,
maybe.
so it's easier to drive through. Um, but it's interesting how much like of a drive-through you do have. But yeah, market-wise, it's just necessities
Walk-in.
and stuff. Yeah,
Like, if you want a big market where you're getting like groceries, you have to go to a walk-in grocery store.
that's an interesting one. How long did it take before you felt like you fit in? It was a while, I think.
Yeah, people
It's
still
odd
ask
because
where
you
you're from.
well, not only that, but I mean, just like a personal feeling of fitting in. It depends. I guess it just depends how dedicated you are to assimilate to the culture and the area. I felt it was pretty quick.
Maybe like a few months, not like that long.
I think it was at least 6 months or something. Like I think like your first 6 months, even after moving, you still kind of felt like you were on vacation.
Yeah,
Like you're still just out here.
and it takes a
Which
long
honestly,
time to acclimate to the time change.
I don't know if Jess is still on here. Jess could probably speak to that because she's been out here a month or two, probably.
Time change and acclimating to like getting your sleep schedule down where you actually feel like you're on a schedule and you're not tired, or you're not going to bed at midnight because you think you're on whatever coast time you're on.
Yeah, forget sports. If you like West Coast sports, well, there's no such thing as a Pac-12 anymore, so
So no one cares.
RIP. But Dodger game, Laker games are tough.
Unless they come this way.
Yeah. But I feel like fitting in is probably, I don't know,
Maybe 6 months.
6 months or so to the first year, probably. Like I
Oh no, you was it.
I opened my arms and just took it all in. Like I absolutely love everything about it
Go
and
get us.
would never go back or change anything. So I'm 100% at home and love everything about it. So
You be a baby.
I'm sure it's different for everybody.
You be a baby.
People that push back or people that say like, oh, that's not how we used to do it back in blah, blah, blah. The sooner you realize you're in a totally different culture in a totally different way and accept moving here for those reasons, the quicker you'll get fitting in, I guess, if you want to call it that. Right?
Yeah.
You guys don't look like Californians anymore. That's good. That's a compliment. Thank you.
You can go get your ball.
Thought you had a birdie. No, that's just Bryn's skeek, as it's called. These little things. Taylor and Nick got her these little happy faces
When
from
she was a
Walmart when she was a
baby.
baby, and she just lives
We
lives
have
by
like
those things.
24 of them.
We're hoping, if y'all saw the vlog with the Ice Bears, where Bryn made her racing debut and
She didn't finish.
she was a failure.
But she also was like not even barely 6 months old. That was a lot for her.
She lost.
Altogether.
It's going to be
not
different
good.
this year. We're going to use the skeek. Like, I think that sound is a little bit different than any other like squeaker. It's just got a different squeak to it. So I'm hoping that's going to be like the key to winning this year.
And she only likes the yellow ones. So we have like red, green, and blue.
Remember I was trying to tell you they only see yellow and blue.
Her favorite is her yellows.
Dogs only see that yellow and blue spectrum like really clear. And all the other colors kind of just gray out. So
90% of the time she walks around with the yellow
with
in her
yellow.
mouth.
Yep. A yellow skeek.
We have to look and see when Sissy's
Alex,
gonna
I'm
be home.
from Arizona. I've been here 9 months and it's a little difficult. What's difficult? Let me know. Brett, dang it, why do we got these dumb lines that are on the TV because it's like a broken one. Um, but it does fantastic for the shed. But there's these blue lines that run right through the chat.
The TV is only a
It
sports
says hi from
TV.
up north. Something, unfortunately. Tough luck on senior year for Taylor, but best of luck to her in college. It's a bummer just because it's senior year, but okay, so there's Jess. I've been here 2 months exactly. The time change has been the hardest change so far. My coworkers have been so opening and welcoming. It feels like home already. So do you feel like you're kind of on vacation still? That's what I want to know. Like it's not real. Like you haven't actually moved. Um, do you ever feel like you can say y'all and have it sound authentic? I still can't make it
Y'all.
work. I feel like I do. Like I say y'all a lot.
But I also think for me, it's not that big of a deal with y'all because my aunt always just said y'all.
But your aunt says yins.
Yins.
Like she's like super like Kentucky. Is it nice outside?
Yes, but we're also waiting for.
We'll leave the doors open if it's nicer outside. Y'all isn't to me because my buddy Ryan and I used to say y'all back in California all the time on our Soccer Dad radio podcast. It just, I don't know, it's an abbreviation of you all, or,
Y'all.
and especially now with, you say you guys or something and people be like, I'm not a guy. Mace, what's going on, girl? Y'all is definitely a easy one to take on. I'm
Go wait
stuck
for
in
Sissy.
Toronto, Ontario, and absolutely hate it. Trust me. Get out of the big cities if you can. Always. I want to go to Toronto so bad, just because I want to see Niagara from that side.
Yeah, because we've seen it.
I've heard so many like cool things about how Niagara looks completely different from the Canada side because you get kind of that wide angle. But all the times we've been, I think the vid was around, right? We couldn't cross over
You couldn't cross over.
because we go to Buffalo for ECNL soccer. Like, you want to talk about like being busy? You have to leave on a Friday night and drive to Buffalo from Knoxville, 11 hours for a soccer game at 9 a.m. the next morning.
Then drive to Pennsylvania.
Then drive to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania for a soccer game at 10 o'clock the next day. Then drive back to Knoxville. Then go
Hey, you two know.
to work and school. But I've always wanted to go to Toronto just for that aspect, just to see
More
the
dudes
other
know
side.
now.
Are you still a Dodgers fan?
Of course. We will never change.
And it's just funny, the cancel culture thing has been so interesting to watch over the past couple years. How
Hey, you go outside.
she just knows how to poke her. And now with Urias getting this domestic violence thing, I don't know what it is with Dodger pitchers, but it blows me away.
Well, stay true to the hometown.
How are the gardens? How are the gardens, Babs?
The gardens are great. They're out of control. We had to cut back our tomato plants because they were essentially overtaking our second garden box, which had our strawberries and our green beans in it. So we trimmed those down. They're still growing, but our tomato plants and bell peppers and stuff, they're doing excellent still. Our green beans are taking off.
Which is crazy because the green beans are only a month or so old.
I don't know what to expect.
So in the vlogs that we lost, when we lost the hard drive and everything, if you weren't here earlier, I failed at backing up stuff, and it's my responsibility. Totally neglected it. Babs had a great one where she was doing canning of green beans, and we had all these like cut ends left over with beans still in them. So we had cleared out a box where we had broccoli.
All our broccoli was done.
Because broccoli is like a cold weather thing, so it's either spring or like right now you'd plant it for fall.
And when broccoli flowers, it's no good. So a lot of it we lost, so we ended up feeding it to our pig.
So I threw all the beans, like the scraps, into the garden box, and literally a week later, it was just this massive bush of beans, which I'll catch everybody up on a video for that. But it's fantastic. We have all these beans growing now, late season.
But it's still warm, so who knows? We may get beans off of it this year. We may not.
I think we will. I don't think it was too late because it usually stays warm into October, and it's a 60 to 90-day maturity thing. So if we're at 60 days by the end of this month,
Yeah.
you might have enough. I don't know. If we don't, it was still just kind of a test just to see if it will work.
So we know what to do for next year. If we buy beans early on in the season, we could probably get some out of the season. And we didn't dry the beans out. So we literally cut them all for our like when we were going to can them. And that same day we went out and we planted them in our garden box. Because sometimes people will dry out their bean, like their seeds, and use them the next year. We just planted them straight out of the bean.
Yep. Heather Forrester, how's it going in Murfreesboro? You holding down Middle Tennessee? It's been hot out in Middle Tennessee. I say it's warm here, but it's been hot in Middle Tennessee. That's for sure. Hey, Morks, go scratch somewhere else. Dog fur everywhere. Did you hear that State Farm is no longer offering homeowners insurance in California now? I think we did hear that, right?
I think they quit when we left after the last wildfire. We got let go.
I know, because what did your mom have?
My mom had AAA in California,
and they said
let
no
her
more.
go.
So we had that wildfire, the
year
holy
before,
fire.
yeah.
Well, we were evacuated, and that year after, they said no more. So that doesn't surprise me that State Farm's not doing that, but
Go outside.
used to be a wildfire season. Now that's not anymore. Going back a bit, did you ever search for your drone in the lake?
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
That's a long story.
Well, we searched the one time where we vlogged it.
Yeah, but we
We
never
hired
back.
what's his face from scuba diving company in Maryville.
Reyes.
But I was gonna learn how to scuba dive. Hey, here's broken collarbone as it is right now. Come join us.
Hello.
It's our cripple.
Crickle.
I was going to actually get certified for scuba diving from David at Rhea's diving. Never did. The drone's there. I know it is. And one day I will go dive for it. We'll find it. Because I know exactly where it's at. It's just gonna be a little crusty, but it'd just be the fact of finding it. Be a sweet find. How you feeling, Tay?
Not too bad.
They were asking how you were, so
I'm doing pretty good.
pretty good.
Yep.
Emotionally, you're all right.
Yeah.
Mentally, you're stable.
Yeah.
Just physically, you're broken,
Yeah.
damaged.
If you could play with one arm, then no one. What if we get you like shoulder pads to put on?
Don't
Just
think
tell her.
Well, that's the other thing. Like you brought up, though, if you broke your arm or something,
I could still play.
you could still play with a cast,
Yeah.
right? It's at ref's discretion, right?
It's you just have to
You wrap it,
and then it's
and then ref's discretion if you play or not.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, with the collarbone,
Completely out.
there ain't nothing you could do.
I mean, a ref wouldn't deny her, but she just wouldn't want to.
What if they casted like this whole area,
You
That'd be
just
horrible.
have, like,
and you just like had to
Shoulder.
stay?
yes.
Like you could just move like this, like T-Rex. That would stink really
That
bad.
would probably be worse.
I don't know where they went.
Because at least
Um,
with this, I have some movement.
Michelle, I've been here a year and a half and catch yourself playing Bless Your Heart. I haven't said Bless Your Heart. I feel like that's a girl thing, right?
That's like a grandma.
Like a grandma or a lady, like a woman's thing. Like
Yeah.
say Bless Your Heart.
Bless her.
I've had a few bless your heart
Bless
said to
your
me,
heart moment.
which is fine. I've had those moments. I'll accept them.
Mhm.
I mean, we probably all have.
I've had a few.
Jess says 75-25. I feel like when I'm at home or exploring, I feel like I'm on vacation, but my drive home from work makes it feel real, if that makes sense. Does it feel real because you sit in bumper to bumper traffic, rush hour? I'm just kidding. There's rush hour is funny here.
There's
I
no
don't
such
sit in
thing as
traffic
rush
to
hour.
come home from work.
Well,
Oh,
just kidding.
juke out. Just kidding.
Alex, I feel like I stand out and everyone asks me where I'm from. Yeah, that's a thing. Everyone's always going to ask you where you're from because they're going to say you're not from around here. And that's the good thing is I feel like 75% of people are not from around here.
It's like Tennessee's like a melting pot,
It
kind of
is.
like Florida.
It's so cool because I come across so many people that are from
And everyone
Florida
thinks it's
or
always like.
Ohio or
But I love the people that are like, it's all the California people. It's not all California. There's so many
New
people
York.
from
New York's big.
every other state around here, but they're all blaming it on the California people.
That's because California's an easy target. Middle Tennessee has been hot. I've been in Philly and Miami for work, and it was cooler and less. Oh, whoa! What's that all about?
What's
Sheesh.
happening, guys?
Less humid in Miami than at home. My goodness.
I don't know what's going on.
Cindy, I've been in Maryville for 3
Oh.
months, and I feel like I'm on vacation.
You better.
Moved down from the Northeast. And so much happier. Cool. Heather said, "Hi, Taylor. Sorry about the broken arm, collarbone."
Oh, say thank you, bye.
She said, "Thank you, bye."
Should he go let?
It was the warmest day in Toronto than most of Tennessee. Usually September has cold nights in the Great Lakes area. Crazy weather indeed. Yeah, the weather is wild. Like the climate change thing is funny because yes, the climate has changed, right? Wouldn't you say?
Yes.
Wouldn't you say even if before we moved, weather in California was different than when we were children,
Yes.
when we were
Definitely.
kids?
Oh, she made it over.
And the fact that the craziness is that China is engineering clouds and cloud seeding and manufacturing weather. Like it's a proven thing, and there's people just push that aside is kind of crazy to me. Like you're messing with weather,
Yeah.
which is wild,
There you go.
and it's just pushed aside and called climate change. So I don't know.
It's not climate.
That's a topic for another day.
Go get him.
Toyota Heaven, thank you for all the information on TM. We purchased a house 2 years ago. Kids are enjoying it. I think that's who benefits the most is kids.
Yeah.
Like if you honestly want the best for your kids, regardless of how much you love whatever state you're in or what roots you've established, and like things are not going well for your kids and that's not how you want your kids brought up. There's better out there. Like I think the move to a better state or a better city or a better town just for your kids' sake is the biggest like win you could have. More so than like, obviously it pays dividends for adults and us, but
your kids are.
the kids
only have
should be
one
your priority
shot
anyways, yeah.
At this, so
And-
make them have the best life.
Especially with, man, this fentanyl stuff is so scary. Reading all these stories of kids, just how much stuff's being trafficked in here and just getting into the wrong hands, and kids make mistakes. Like kids
Kids are kids.
kids are kids. They're going to make mistakes. They're going to do stupid stuff. And you should be able to learn from the mistake. It shouldn't be a lethal, like death sentence. And I'm just talking from like our cousin that passed away from fentanyl. It's a bummer. So I'm glad you got the kids out and they're enjoying it.
We definitely need to get the lights hooked up for her.
I've got equipment to magnet fish for the drone. What is magnet fish? Tell me more, Jim. My son wasn't. I hate that those lines go right through the chat. Can I not move that? I bet I can. There we go. Works. Be smarter, Mateo. There we go. Now I can read. My son was a header king in soccer, and he broke his collarbone as well many years ago. And Taylor was having a fantastic game too.
She was.
That's the frustrating thing. Just having a great game and then just ran into a brick wall. Here I've been to San Francisco. Homeless situation is slowly getting fixed.
Oh, it's getting fixed?
Is that sarcasm or is it really getting fixed? Because when was the last time we went? We took the girls, right?
When I ran the San Francisco Nike.
And Mackenzie saw that guy like peeing right on the street in front of her or whatever. It was
Everywhere
terrible.
just smelled like pee.
And it sucks because San Francisco is a beautiful city. Taking the Golden Gate and like the docks and the piers.
Well, I mean, they're
like-
cleaning up the drugs off the street and just making safe houses for them to do it. So, heck, might as well clean it up. Unless that's not a thing in San Francisco anymore.
More
And-
people from Florida than California. That's interesting. I haven't met a lot of people from Florida.
Yeah, there's a lot from Florida here.
We are from New Jersey and hoping to join our kids
No.
soon. Down the road in Clinton. What's going on, David? I like Clinton. Clinton's cool. That's just down from work. I work up in North Knoxville right now, so we're in Clinton a lot. It snowed more in Southern California than it did this year in Tennessee. It did. And actually, so they say however many fog days you have in August is how many snow days you'll have during the winter.
I'm going to go turn the lights on because I'm going to be able to see her.
And I think last year
Wait, turn on the light.
it didn't work. Year before's though, it did. And we had 19 fog days this last August. So we have 19 snow days. That'll be interesting. I hope we do. It's fun when you get snow. Jess, I asked all my kids yesterday if they had the option for us to pack up and move back to California, would they want to? All three that came with us said no, they wouldn't want to go back at all. Why? Like, why don't they want to go back? That's a good follow-up question for them. Like, what makes... Because it's interesting for kids when you rip them out of everything they've known, especially your kids, from what I know, are in the teenage years. That's like a difficult time to rip them away from friends and everything else. So essentially a strong magnet on a rope. I don't know if it'll pick up. I'm trying to think what's magnetic on it. I mean, obviously the battery has to have something magnetic too, but I don't know if a magnet would cling to the battery enough, because otherwise everything else is all plastic. It's a good test. I'll have to see if a magnet works on the battery. Do you have a weather forecast for next week? It's gonna be comfortable next week. Looks like it's in the 80s with lows in the 60s at night. So good fire pit nights, low humidity. Hopefully, it looks like things could change. I don't know. We might have a little bit of rain towards the end of next week. It just depends. There's some disturbances down in the Caribbean that might make their way up finally. It's weird that we're only on I, right? Idalia was the first real storm that kind of came in mainland wise. Because usually at this time last year, I think we were on the second alphabet by now. We're already in the second group of letters. So they've been actually pretty lucky with storms down there at least. So that's just because the water's so warm. It doesn't have enough to build up anything.
You can go run. Bye-bye.
Moved from Riverside 9 months ago. Hardest adjustments is the narrow, windy roads.
Yes.
And it's so funny because there's tractors galore. There's trucks, there's trailers, like it's farm.
People farm.
And
these tiny roads.
And they were like, we're good with 7 feet on each side. Or 8 even, and then a big ditch on the other side. I don't know. Poor planning if you ask me, but yeah, I'm right there with you on the windy roads. It scares me to death with the kids, but because they like to take the back roads home.
Especially with Taylor with one arm right now.
It terrifies me when they say they want to take the back roads home. I want them to stay on the highways, but lack of good breakfast restaurants. It's a fair statement.
Yeah.
Really, we only go to Waffle House for breakfast. Cracker Barrel was terrible last time we went.
We don't typically eat out in the morning that often, so.
But sometimes like a good breakfast. Remember
Yeah.
Corky's?
And IHOP is terrible.
IHOP. That's
Yeah.
garbage. Yeah. Um. Tell Babs her suggestion a while back on Hard Knocks was absolutely a top favorite. Hard Knocks
We
is our
love Hard
favorite,
Knocks.
hands down. We went to Big Ed's Pizza in Oak Ridge, which is this claim to fame, the best pizza in East Tennessee. It was good.
It's decent pizza if you're in like a
If
hurry
you're in the area,
and you're in the area. I would not drive out of my way to go get it.
don't go out of your way to Oak Ridge to go to Big Ed's. Go to Hard Knocks.
Hard Knocks all day
There's something about Hard Knocks that it is pizza. Pizza can seem pricey for what it is, I guess. But Hard Knocks has always had good ingredient, like good quality ingredients that have just tasted fresh and like you're like, you know what, this is darn good.
And their monthly special pizzas, we've had a few of them, and they're always great. And they do have 3 locations. They have Hardin Valley,
Bearden,
and then they have
Central,
which is more Knoxville.
woman owned, which she's fantastic. The owner, the one girl Hannah, that's the head of marketing and everything. We shot her wedding. She's fantastic.
And their servers are always on it. Like their pizzas always come out quick. It's never like you're waiting forever for a pizza.
They have a great rewards program. Like each time we go, it's like you have 10 or 20 bucks off.
All the time. What is she?
She's in attack mode. She has this new little fenced in area around here. She just runs the yard. Huh. But yeah, Hard Knocks is absolutely one of our favorites. San Francisco definitely isn't what it was in the 90s. Their video, I'm gonna have to look up some videos on that magnet, see what it's about. 9 miles south of you, but 20 minutes of travel. Yeah, it takes a while. Scrambled Jake's for breakfast.
Everyone says that's good. That's one over by the other donut shop
By
in Rocky Hill.
Oh,
It's
I
right
was
there.
thinking something else. Okay,
It's right over there.
haven't been up that way.
Stacy.
Brick oven pizza, the best.
What
Have we
is-
had brick oven?
No. Is there one here?
Why do I think we've had brick oven?
Maybe.
No.
I don't know.
Worked in San Francisco 89, 91. That was when it was still an amazing city. Worked at Montgomery on Market and 39th floor during.
I'm not a fan of her out there at night.
Should be fine.
I can't see her.
Mr. Brokenshire, how's it going? How's Arizona? Speaking of heat, I bet we can't even touch the heat in Arizona. Moved from downtown Denver to Maryville almost 2 years ago. Just bought a home in Cleveland. I like Cleveland.
Cleveland's nice area.
I think south of where we're at, like south of Knoxville, like by an hour, I think that's where like good stuff is. You stay in between Knoxville and Chattanooga,
Sweetwater's pretty.
Athens, Sweetwater, Tellico. Like
Yeah.
Tellico Plains, you get up there in the hills, you just get disconnected from everybody.
There's lots of nice areas. You just have to do your research to find where you want to live.
Yeah.
We did not do very much research, but
A little. 16-year-old loves the driving here. So green, country driving. They all like our house and property better. So they miss their friends. Older two will go back and visit their dad a few times a year. Friends will always be there. We have social media now, which is fantastic. You can FaceTime. You're going to find new friends. I used to think friends were like the big deal. And then you find out they come and go like the season.
I don't think I talked to anyone in California.
You talk to Lindsay.
That's about it. And that's not all the time.
But that's what I mean. But it's a two-way road. Like, if the
Like,
friendship
when
is
we-
there.
If I called her right now, we could pick up where we left off, but I'm not.
Well, I think
Not
a
the end
lot
of the
of
world.
adults can relate with that. Like relationships are, you have to
Thank
put in effort for them to.
Thank you.
Hey, what are you doing out there?
Mommy's worried about you outside. Why are you wet? Why are you soaking wet? Were you in the pool? Were you in the pool? I think you were. You don't need to
Broken
be
tires coming our way for another visit next mid-month. Let us know when you're here. Yeah, so that's really it. We just wanted to kind of catch up, give an update on everything that was going on. So if you weren't here earlier, I wasn't responsible. I lost my entire hard drive on the computer during a storm. Didn't back it up. We lost tons of vlogs and Fredro stuff and all kinds of stuff. So that's where we kind of been trying to rebuild back up from that. School came into play. We got super busy, just chaotic. Just life got in the way. So
life happens.
I would love to just film every day and make vlogs and have fun, but
unfortunately, that does not pay the bills.
it doesn't. But it's fun. Like,
I get that it's fun, but we still also have to pay bills, and we have kids still.
barely. You have a senior. It's about to.
Yeah, but we still have stuff for Mackenzie to pay for. Even though Taylor will go to college, we'll still have her stuff. It never ends really until they graduate college.
I wish I could have vlogged Mackenzie at UT. What, 2 weeks ago? Like
Her
when
first
school
day of
started.
school.
Like she had her classes. Like she hadn't gone to classes at this time yet before,
She starts at
and she was
11:50.
panicked. She could not find a spot, and she left. She was there an hour early, I think.
Yeah.
UT is a disaster.
And let's restart this. It was the first day of school for UT. This happened.
Yeah, it's the first day, so obviously it's chaotic, but like UT is a disaster. There is no parking
No parking.
for students, for football games, for anything. And poor thing, she's like, it was like 15 minutes before class started,
Yeah, she had 15 minutes to get to school.
and
Or
she is like in a
class.
panic text between us and Baylor and just freaking out. And finally, a car pulls out, and she has to parallel park. It's the only spot.
She's done it one time before, and it was absolutely horrific.
They don't teach kids how to parallel park anymore.
Well, not
So
here.
she said she had tears in her eyes, but she was determined to make it happen, and she somehow made it in the spot. And it's a fantastic.
It was a very
From the
good
picture
park.
she took, she was very proud of it. It was a fantastic parallel park.
And then she had to run to class, so she was not late.
Yeah, because otherwise you get dropped if you're not there. So
And UT is a very big campus, so she had to park towards like Gay Street.
yeah, she was far.
So she wasn't like next to her building where her class was in.
Mm-mm.
So now she has it all figured out. She does not drive to school anymore. Her boyfriend actually drops her off.
I'd also have to say the heat here wasn't so bad. Hottest day we had last week or two ago was our normal central. Yeah, that was the hottest day you'll ever have. You'll never see that again. So, you always have like a week of just death, heat, and just humidity, and then it's gone. So everything else you'll work through. Phyllis, Hardin Valley's cool area. Lots of stuff. Once you get up into Hardin Valley, you can get into Hardin Valley, Harriman, all that area up above, and you got the river that comes through. That's a good area. Even Oak Ridge. Oak Ridge is gorgeous. There's a lot up that way. Matt and Courtney from Louisville, what's going on?
Come on.
Brett, we liked and hoping to move into Johnson City, smaller towns and a little more laid back than Knox. Johnson City's cool. I wish we spent more time up that way.
Yes.
Jonesboro is very cool. Lots of very old historic towns, and even going into Virginia where Tay's going to go to college, just some of the coolest small towns because there's so much history. And I mean, I'm talking Civil War stuff,
Taylor's
Civil
area has a
rights,
lot of history to it.
women's rights, like just small steps in American history that were taken that kind of shaped where we're at today that you never would have learned about in school. No one's ever talked about. And you could get lost just even, I mean, here in Tennessee, but up once you move up towards Virginia more, there's even more history up that way. It's really cool to see. Phyllis, after we've decided on Tilico Village, now we've decided we do it custom, buy something under construction completed. Thoughts? Custom is very difficult, especially in Tilico Village.
Yeah, they have lots
There's
of
lots of rules, especially if you're buying near water.
Randy and Joe.
Yep.
They
There's
still
so
can't
many building restrictions and based on owning land versus loans and there's all kinds of stuff. If you can find something under construction or completed, that's the way to go.
A lot of them you have to buy the land and then you have to pay it out before you can.
Evan said, "Hey, we're alive." That's why we want to come on. We felt bad. We haven't done this in a while. We were so good with it for last year. We were on a roll.
We'll get back to
We
it.
used to go on a date, go get a shake,
Well, we could do it on
do a
Fridays.
live on a Friday.
Like we could do it before we go out or after.
We're not doing it after.
That's way too late.
After would be
For
a
them.
mess.
Actually, it'd be good for you in California. I just don't know how well it would turn out after that.
Phyllis, weather was beautiful when we visited in July. Yeah, July was nice.
July was perfect.
July
weather.
was very nice. Actually, August wasn't too bad either. Just the end of August was kind of nasty. Mid to early August was
Hey.
just storms, which is typical. Which now going into fall, we're going to get a lot more storms. Fall is just as much severe weather season as spring is, so you never know what you're going to get. And especially with El Nino, who knows what's going on.
Yeah.
The place I work at is just walking distance.
It's getting a little more.
One of the places I work at is just walking distance from Richie Cream. Hadn't been in a while, but I'm still working there. In Maryville, yeah.
Yes, I still work at Richie Cream.
Richie Cream, how's the Donut Hut doing?
It's been a little slower than it was the past year, but I also think because of inflation and the cost of things, we also had to raise our prices. So it hasn't been as busy as it was. But I feel like if it's not something that you truly need, you're not going to spend money on donuts in the morning.
Is a donut a luxury?
Is it a luxury?
Yeah. Like, is it a luxury to go get a donut? You know, like if you're going to go out and buy a donut, when you think of what a donut is for $1.25. Because you have to have a drink to go with it, too.
Yeah, you're going to buy coffee, you're going to buy a milk, something.
That's why I wonder what, like, Starbucks, like if Starbucks is seeing a decrease in spending, people are making coffee at home more, because people have certainly stopped buying, you know, Fred's Roast like they did, because it is a luxury, I think, to buy, you know, a $15 bag of coffee to support a small business, small roaster, like.
But I also think if I'm going to buy a bag of donuts for a box of donuts for $11.99, which comes out to like $13.65 with tax, I could make something at home all week for that cost.
Yeah.
So I would just make it at home.
Yep.
Like I make coffee at home because I'm not going to go get a cup of coffee at Starbucks for what it would be if I just made coffee at home all week. So, I mean, you know, people that live paycheck to paycheck, that's where we've seen, I think, the less people coming in. Now, if you're buying donuts for like your office building and you're paying with it with a company card, it's different. I still see like companies coming in and buying for their offices. Just not like they used to.
That's a good point. Any recommendations for early morning hikes with a view? Chris, it depends how much you want to hike, but LeConte's
down.
obviously amazing. Klingman's easy because you could drive up to it and it's a small hike. You just gotta play it right
The
and
jump off.
not get fog. Jump off and
Charlie's
Charlie's
Bunyan,
Bunyan are
they're beautiful.
fantastic.
But those are, it depends on, like Matt said, how far you want to hike.
If you're okay with hiking and you're good with, a little bit of difficulty, those are fantastic ones.
Make sure you're up early at the trailhead ready to go.
Even if you go Foothills Parkway in between Wares Valley and 129, that second thing, there were a couple turnouts up there
Yeah.
that are fantastic sunrises. Just to sit there and soak that up, that's a cool spot.
And if you are hiking the Smokies, make sure you buy your pass.
Yeah, they've been really
you
strict
go
on
up there
those.
and hike if you do not have a pass, or stop and get it on your way to wherever you're hiking.
Hardin Valley seems more expensive. Yeah, Hardin Valley Fair
It is a very pricey area.
it's up there. Kevin's coming up on his 2-year anniversary of living in Tennessee end of this month. It's great to eat when stressed. I mean, look at this spelling backwards. Dessert. Yeah, I guess so. Makes sense. Yeah, restaurant prices are insane. We've noticed it the past few times when we took the kids out. Like we went to Burgers in Lenore City. It was the 4 of us. And all we got was, sweet teas, and the kids got sodas, a burger that comes with your side, and that's it. And dessert. No desserts. It was $100 for 4 of us. It's crazy. $25 a person to go eat out. And that's just, at a burger restaurant, and no alcohol, no sides, no desserts, no nothing. It is crazy where prices are right now. Not to mention gas on top of it and everything else. Mandy B Street was wonderful. She's awesome. Close on my home remote from South Dakota, and she had everything ready to go. She's the best at what she does. Mandy, Taylor Cagley, John Talley, all 3 of them are great realtors. They're good at what they do. We used to go to Greenback Diner every week, but they had to cut back because prices are, even when like something small like the Greenback Diner, didn't they sell?
No, that was the corner market.
Oh, Corner Market sold.
Corner market.
Greenback Diner is still good though.
But even like our little Mexican restaurant we go to, we've seen prices go up since we've been going there.
Well, like you said, even Richie Creams raised prices, right?
Yes.
So it's wild. Even food trucks are getting expensive these days, which is crazy because food trucks you think are gonna side on the higher end anyways, because they've got a little bit more restrictions. They can't spread it out as easy as a restaurant can. But that one, where we go to, Tequila Fest or whatever.
Yeah.
Some of those prices on those food trucks were
crazy.
insane. It was almost $20 for a burrito on one of those things. And you think there's not much to it, but I guess when you factor in meat.
Well, the problem with the food trucks is they have to make their price to buy their product. But when they go to like a food truck park, a lot of the food truck parks in Knoxville will take a portion of their sales.
Like 20%?
Some are 10, some are 15. It just depends on where they're located at. So they have to give those places 20% or 15%.
Just basically your rent, I know.
For their space to go there. So say they make, $400 in that time that they're there, they're giving 20% of that back to the food truck park, which doesn't seem like a lot, but when that's all you can do is go to a food truck park and you're always paying 20%, it adds up.
I actually haven't got a lot of people from California asking about relocating. It died off a lot, like with COVID. Once COVID kind of disappeared, like people were like, "Oh, I don't," they don't want to move anymore. It was kind of like a
panic.
It was a panic. They were just.
They were.
I don't know. It was weird. which that's fine because you shouldn't move if you're not really set on it. I had lots of people that were worried about missing In and Out, missing the beach. You know, we love going to Disneyland on the weekends. Like
Which I don't know how anyone affords to go to Disneyland now that prices are so crazy.
Disney is its own thing, but like I've said before, like if you're being held up by a burger restaurant of why you're questioning a move to a different
Then
state,
don't move.
don't move. By all, like, do not move because that's for all the wrong reasons. If a burger is holding you up, don't move. You want to move to Tennessee because you want freedom. You want your kids to grow up in a healthy neighborhood. You want great conservative, just basic rights and common sense. Yeah, move. You can go to the beach down in Florida. They're way better than California. I'll tell you that. There's nothing about a California beach that I miss.
I don't miss anything about California beaches.
Nothing.
I absolutely hated the beach in California in general. One, you had to pay to park that cost $30 to park for a day if you could get a parking spot. They're overcrowded. They're trashy. The water is dirty. There's nothing I miss about them.
Greenback Diner is now Ian's Corner Market in Delhi.
Okay, maybe that's when it did sell. I thought it was the corner market.
Yeah, it is. It's Greenback Corner Market in Delhi,
Oh, okay.
not diner. It's Ian's Corner Market in Delhi. I
Because
drove
it-
past it the other day. I was going to stop too
I think the couple retired.
because they had a mean grilled cheese and French fry combo.
I don't know. Never
I know
ate
it
there.
sounds cheesy, but it was good.
I love your little pun.
It was cheesy. You like that?
Nice.
I didn't even realize that one. Same thing happened with Cottage Country north of Toronto. I think I saw Peter McKinnon do something up there once. That was a gorgeous area. I was moving before COVID started, but knew some lockdown pushed me. I had a schedule. If fast foods stop, yeah. So she's agreeing that if a fast food is stopping, like your move, it's a different mindset. Freedom, conservative values, happy, friendly, kind people can't wait to move. Exactly. It's just, I think it was like kind of trendy to move, honestly.
People were moving everywhere because they wanted, like,
'Cause
out
you
of
had-
states that were
You
more
had somebody come in that moved here,
moved back,
moved
to
back
California,
home,
then moved
moved back here again, and then we're gonna move back. They
I
were
think-
from the Northwest or something, right? Was it
I'm-
California?
They were from California. I don't know where they were located at. They said it just wasn't for them, and then they wanted to give it another try.
Because everybody else was doing it,
But
and
then
just
they sold their house the second when they moved back here the second time. They sold their house in California. And then prices of houses got really high in California, and they were struggling to be able to buy a house in California again.
I don't know if people understand what an undertaking it is to move across the country. Like, you better be all in and have done your research and make sure it's right for you.
I
Like,
don't ever want to have to move across the country again.
it is a lot, which that would be a good follow up with. I mean, anyone, Heather, Jess, that have done it.
It better be for a good reason. I don't know what that reason is going to be.
The grid roads for ease of navigation, but starting to not miss anymore now that I've become used to back windy roads. That's what's nice is you have a back road almost everywhere, so you have a route you can go.
And there's so many different ways to get to pretty much any location. Like if I went to work right now, I could go 1, 2, 3, 4 different ways to work and still get there.
Pam says, hope all is well from Nebraska. Hope Taylor's healing okay. She's doing good. She was in here a minute ago. She's doing just fine. Maryland 7 years ago. Only thing I miss is the crab cakes. I want to go. We need to go up there.
We need to go to Boston.
Like Boston. Like that whole area. We've heard a lot of stuff about that. We need to go up that way. Check out the Northeast. Be kind of fun.
Maybe we make a trip with the kids.
Billy came from Indiana. at the top of COVID. Best choice ever made. You'll know if it's right for you. I mean, some people are just followers, whatever the trend is. No thought put into things, just do it because so many are, exactly. And I think that was the thing with, especially with COVID. People wear a mask just because other people were wearing a mask. And
They had to find something to have.
my poor mother-in-law got COVID last week, right?
Yeah.
And she came up with a mask on, like on her golf cart. And I told her to take the dumb thing off. And she's like, I'm just following what. Like she has the biggest heart. She just wants to do right and make people happy and do the right thing. And I'm like, just take the dumb mask off.
She also
Like I'm not scared of it. I'm not worried about it. You're in the clear.
She just doesn't want to get anyone sick because she would feel bad if she got someone else sick.
Oh yeah, which is understandable 100%. But
we're outside. We weren't
we're
like
outside.
on top
It's
of
just, it's yeah. I'm a transplant from New Jersey. New Jersey, up in Morristown. Where did Grandpa go? Oh, he went to Bristol.
Here's Bristol. You need to make sure you lock your chickens up.
Is it? I know I need to go lock the chickens up. Moved to Tennessee not knowing a soul, but knew it was right for me. Now my son, his fam are here with me. That's just it. You know it's right, and you're gonna make friends. If you're a good person, this is absolutely the easiest place
To make friends.
to make friends because people are just good people. And if you're a good person, you'll have no problem. Do not ever want to move across the country again. We did a U-Haul truck, which was nice and convenient, or a U-Pack truck, which was nice, convenient, but the drive with one kid's 2 dogs was horrible. The other 2 flew out. Yeah, it's.
When we made the trip, we had
Which one?
when we made the trip when we moved with the dogs and my mom and them, we had our 2 dogs, and my mom had her 4 dogs.
Hey, Sam's on here. Hey, Sam. You been to Cane's, even though we haven't made you go?
The cups are all done.
Gypsy girls thinking of Tennessee. I hate Florida. What part of Florida? Florida's an interesting state.
Oh,
I
Florida.
mean, we've been there a handful of times now, and it's different spots, and it is just a wild card every time you go.
Never know what you're gonna get.
Florida is wild. Fort Lauderdale. Okay. Pam, do you still have family in California? I do. My mom and my sister.
I do not. Actually, I do have a lot of
We still
family.
have distant.
I have distant family,
Yeah.
not like close family.
I did U-Pack too from Fresno. Use them from Florida back to California. U-Pack. I've never heard of U-Pack before. Interesting. Can't wait to visit Florida. I haven't been there since 2004. It was a school trip. It's been fun. We've worked our way along the Gulf Coast towards Alabama. All been fun.
Yeah.
We've seen Clearwater, Bradenton, Tampa, Vero, Kennedy, Jacksonville. We just haven't been south. We haven't been Miami or the Keys yet.
No, I want to go to the Keys.
Should be kind of fun to check it out down there.
We need to do Sanibel. Well,
Jim Anderson with a chat, $5. I remember there was a time where we were live all the time and we were getting super chats and getting all excited.
Yeah.
YouTube paid us more than $100 a month for doing vlogs. YouTube's rough, man. The Google. U-Pack is like pods. Okay, that makes sense then. So I'm guessing you pack the pod, and then they come and get it. Okay. Already made friends with some people in Hardin Valley. Had breakfast with them and text them all the time. I'm telling you, people are just. It's just cool that no matter what you see on TV or the news or whatever, people are still good and people are still awesome in this world. I'll tell you that. It's been crazy for me, but hoping to drive out in October, do some fly fishing in the Smokies. Where were we at? Deep Creek?
Deep Creek.
Deep Creek on the North Carolina side of the Smokies. Fantastic for fly fishing.
Everyone was up there. It was so busy.
U-Pack does pod type option, or you can rent feet of a trailer. Well, that's kind of cool. Keys are nice to visit, but South Florida is hell. Yeah, I'd like to visit. I wouldn't want to. I don't think stay. Sub Hoag, where's the beard? Actually,
He just got rid of it. Thank God.
I had a stash. It was so good. The stash went perfect with the mullet, which y'all can't tell really that it's mullety, but
You guys get one or the other, the mullet or the stash. We cannot physically do both. Because me and the girls absolutely hate both.
so when you say we, you're just talking about yourself and the girls. You're not talking
Yes.
about the rest of us.
Not the rest of you, but like your immediate like little family. The
Because
three of us,
when I walked into Nike last week and the girl said I look like Thomas Rhett, I mean I was kind of.
but you didn't have a mullet last week. So let's regroup.
I had a hat on though. It doesn't matter. My hair was still long.
Okay, one person calls you Thomas Rhett. They don't have to live with the pedo stash all the time. Like me and the girls do. We have to go out with you.
She called me Thomas Rhett.
Okay, well, I will take Thomas Rhett, but I will not take the Merv the Perv stash. That's my opinion.
Moving on.
Yeah, because now you're upset.
My son, 22, on the other hand, Mrs. Northeast, says this town is for old people. It is. I mean, I don't know. I guess it would be for old. Consider old people because it's older traditions and people move slower and talk slower and just want to enjoy life.
I don't know.
I could see it at 22. It could get. I don't know. I guess it just depends on what you want.
Yeah, but
22 is tough.
22 is tough. Mackenzie does not have a rough time with it though, and she's 19. It depends on what you're looking to do. She's kind of
Wait.
like a grandma.
Big Kahuna Wings was yesterday?
Wingfest was?
Yeah.
I don't know.
So the place was nuts and packed full of people. The line to get in was an hour and a half. Wait, how did I know? So Big Kahuna Wings reached out to us after last year's vlog and was like, hey, we love the video you did. We'd love for you to come back. We'll give you VIP tickets, which Babs was excited for because then you get all the other food, not just wings, because she's not a big wing fan.
I like chicken nuggets.
And she never reached back out to me, and I lost complete track of that event. So we didn't go. No. Sorry, Evan.
But I'm going to go in the house because I'm getting...
Sam said no, she has not been back. But the kids definitely ask. She's a Chick-fil-A girl. Well, we appreciate you, Sam. We ran St. Jude with and everything. She did us a huge favor and got us the Post Malone cups that were on special collector series because we don't have Canes out here.
Not close to us, at least.
We have a Canes at UT, but it's not affiliated like a regular Canes is. It's with the campus, so they didn't have the specials. And Sam literally went every 2 weeks and collected the cups for us and sent them to Mackenzie and made Mackenzie's whole life. So huge thank you to her. Are you going to Rebels football game on Friday? Ever since they lost Gage, like, I don't know if I want to go to a Rebels game, like a football game. Who are they playing Friday?
I have no clue.
I want to go. Like, they're fun.
Oh, because it's the tailgate, right? The hometown tailgate on Friday?
I think it is. But it was crazy because Taylor and LeDuc are both in the same class. And they both came in broken off and injured.
They're both in the same calculus class.
The teacher was just giving them crap, but it was kind of odd that both, like, I mean, Taylor's kind of like a high profile player for Maryville soccer. Gage is definitely a high profile player for football.
They're both
players went down, and now the teams are kind of struggling. Which, not to like toot her horn or his horn, but you could definitely see they're hurting without it. Like, and William Blunt's 3-0, like, which is crazy. I don't think I've ever seen William Blunt be 3-0.
No.
So I'm kind of rooting for William Blunt this year.
Tessa's go Govs.
I mean, I'm rooting for the Govs, so
I am going to say goodnight to you guys. I'm going to go in the house. I got to go help Taylor.
Dude, we've been going an hour and 10 minutes. My goodness. Tellico River is great for fly fishing. Happy wife, happy life. Yeah.
You're exactly right.
Yeah. She's gone now, so we can say whatever we want.
Oh, no, I'm not even gone yet. Let's try. All right, now I'm gone.
It's an 80s cop stash. It looked good. I mean, I don't know. A little biased, but it looked good, I thought. Cool. Got to run these cookies and they're going to decorate themselves. See you later. Have a good one. First thing living here. All surrounding areas are great to visit. Yep. All right, yeah. So we've been an hour and 10 minutes. Wow, I appreciate y'all. This is cool. We had like 75 people in here. I thought most of y'all forgot about us, which I don't blame you because we don't post as much as we used to or come on live. But I promise I'm trying to make a change and make that more often. So, favorite thing about Tennessee is it's so green. I can't even explain the greenness to people. Like it doesn't come across on the camera and doesn't do it justice. So, but appreciate y'all. It's cool that y'all are still here and just jumping on board. I love having these conversations and just sitting here. So maybe this will be like a Monday night thing. Labor Day, everyone had a good Labor Day, I hope. We just kind of hung out and built a fence for the wiener dog. So very boring. Life gets busy. It does. So you need to install a mini split in that shed. We absolutely do. It's going to go right here. I got the power pole out. We need to run power over. We'll put the mini split right here. I just have to go get my roofing panels, which I have not found time in the day to go get them. But as soon as I go get those, we'll put the roofing panels in. Then the siding can go in. And then kind of everything falls in place, which now that football is here, we sat here and watched college football all day Saturday, and all the kids are getting on me now because it was so much fun being out here and just hanging out because it's not in the house and it's kind of cool and whatever. So now I'm being pushed to finish this thing. So hopefully we'll get this done sooner than later. So miss your vlogs, but understand you're busy. It's so hard, especially like today and yesterday when we were building the fence. Babs is using an auger, like digging holes for the posts. And I was cracking up because I was like, this would be so funny to video because she was dominating. Like at first, like it was getting away from her. It was funny. And then she finally got it down and she was just dominating these holes. But then like thinking about how much time it takes to set up the camera and actually I don't want to just pick up a camera and film. You kind of want to create a story or at least have a path, and if it gets away from you if you don't. And it's just so time consuming to bring that camera along sometimes when you have something like a project building a fence you just want to get done. So we'll try it. We'll try to get back on the vlogs though. So, but I appreciate y'all again. Babs does too, even though she's gone and called me a pedo. That's rude. But we'll be back. We'll try this again next Monday. We'll try to keep Mondays be the thing. Paul, please do. Jim, I'll let you know if I do. Other than that, hope y'all are well. Had a good Labor Day. We're sliding into fall. I'm very excited. Lots of things to do outside. If you don't follow me on Instagram, I have a broadcast channel on there where I try to post updates, and there's a lot of stuff coming to East Tennessee. As far as events outdoors and stuff that I think a lot of people would like. Mick too. Sorry if I missed what happened to Taylor. Broken collarbone, out for 6 to 8 weeks with soccer. Absolutely destroyed. There'll be a vlog on it. Sam, yay for fall. Yeah, you live for fall. You would have fall 365 if you could. All right, that is y'all. Appreciate y'all being here again. We'll try this again next Monday. Take care.